So, welcome everybody. It is, oh my gosh, it's almost the 25th of the month. It's the 24th, and I can't think of a better time to be together and say thank you. What a gift it is to be here and to be in this circle and to be at this point in, I think, LifeVantage's history. I'm really excited for Tamia to get here and to talk about the history of Love Biome and her success there. But until she gets here, to Mia, anybody here, I wonder if I need to put this in the full view so I can see when she comes in. Let me put it into gallery view. Hi, everybody. So before we get started, hopefully she'll hop in here because she's our speaker for tonight. Um,
Is
make a
she
few
here now?
announcements. Huh?
Dr. Tamia Bethia Williams, is that her?
Oh, good, she's here. Thank you for pointing that out to me. I didn't see you and I was going, uh-oh, if it's up to me. But before we get started, really quickly, let's make some announcements. End of the month call is tomorrow night. And tomorrow night, they will announce our Black Friday sale. So we're going to learn everything there. Mark your calendar, be on that call. That's tomorrow night. What other announcements do we have before we get started and turn this over? I know there was another one.
I announced that we're doing social media after this, and I'm putting the link to my Zoom in the chat.
Maria, didn't you have something you wanted to announce too? Thank you, Michelle.
Um, what do we have?
I can't.
So they'll announce the Black Friday sale tomorrow at the end of the month call, and then they'll also release shareables, so we can start building for that right away. Michelle had a really good point that you guys know, like when we have sales, sometimes it can take away from volume the following month, but none of the activators ever go on sale. So these are the extras. So keep that in mind with all of our customers and consultants and going forward.
Great. And it's a great time to,
Also,
yeah, go ahead. Thank you.
also the customer support will be closed on Thursday and Friday, but they'll be open till 9 p.m. on Mountain Time on end of the month on the 30th.
Thank you for
So
that. That's important. Thank you, Eileen. Anything else? Tamia, Dr. Tamia, get over here. Tell me you're here. Speak to me. I want to introduce you. She's here, right?
Yeah, I see her thing.
She disappeared again.
Wait, did she disappear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nope, there
I
she
There
is.
see
she is.
her. There she is. Tamia, are you here? Oh my goodness.
It's like whack-a-mole. She comes here and then she
I
comes
know
here.
she goes away. Tamia, so you're unmuted. Hey, honey, are you here? Well, here's the best part. Let me start her bio. Why don't I do that? Because that could take me half the time. Um, are you here, sweet thing? All right. Well, first of all, I am so incredibly grateful because I met Dr. Tamia, um, doing the business of being you. And she is a ball of fire inspiration. And that's why I'm so excited for her to be on this call tonight, especially as we launch P84 and launch it through the end of the month. And into the end of the year. So I'm so excited about this. Let me just go through her bio a little bit. I posted it in our Telegram so everybody has it because it's a long one. But mostly, she's got her PhD, licensed cosmetologist, master in body and brain training, doctorates in counseling, psychology, metaphysical science, MLM, lead master trainer, certified lead master trainer, motivational speaker with John Maxwell Group, life mastery consultant with Mary Morrissey, international hypnotherapist, therapies and studies trainings with Marissa Peer, which I love that one, and a ton of honors from Renaissance Woman, lifetime executive member, National Association of Professional Women. Her career has spanned 32 plus years full time, 34 years in network marketing, top producer in major MLM clubs, and blessed. She was the author of I was blessed with angels, media outreach host, and most importantly, a wife, a mother of three, and a grandmother of three, and an executive three in LifeVantage, which is huge. So, Dr. Tamia, are you here? I don't know what to do. What do we got here? I don't, let me just check my text to see if she sent me a text. She said she's here. Can you unmute, sweetie? I'm not sure what the problem is. I'm here, I'm here. You are unmuted. What's going on? Anybody have any suggestions? Oh my goodness. Tamia,
Maybe if she
Maybe
completely
have her
exits
log.
out,
you
Turn
want to
my
go?
volume up.
back on.
Is your volume
Yeah.
on? That's a good point. Is your volume on? Thank you. Who said that?
I did.
Thank you, Rick.
Is her video showing? Because all I see is a black screen.
Wait.
She could.
No, nothing is working on her end. It's all black.
Every now and then her photo pops up.
Where's my phone? I heard my phone ring.
I'm wondering if maybe she needs to log out and log back in.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's
Now
what I
she's-
was saying. I think she needs to get all the way out and come back, try to come back in.
Yeah.
Hold on. She's calling me. I was like, where's my phone? Here she goes. Okay, here we go. We're going to get to do this. Good. What's going on?
Cannot, for some reason, I got a big red line through my microphone. But it's open and my camera, I tell you, I even put on some lipstick for this occasion.
You put on some lipstick for the occasion?
I put some lipstick on and nobody can see me.
Okay.
So that's good.
Well, I'm trying to see if I can. Oopsie. I was trying to see.
We could hear her when you did that.
You can hear me?
Yeah, so let me try to add. Yeah, go out and come back in. I'm going to ask you to unmute though. Can you mute? You can't talk right now.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
I know that. When you come back in, just make sure that your microphone's on.
Yeah, it is. I just on the Zoom. I was rushing up that Zoom to come to you, and I don't know.
Well, plug you just so if you were on another Zoom, just try to log back in, see what happens. I have no other idea of what to do. Anybody good at this? Sorry about that, everybody.
Chris?
I know, Chris, you are the queen of everything.
Well, the log out, log back in, turn the computer off, turn it back on, and then go, I don't know why it didn't work and it's working now. It's just the laws of the internet.
Sorry, everybody. We're going to take a few minutes. Technology shift. What is this stuff with the internet? Oh my gosh. I'm getting a call from Australia. Okay, sorry about that. I thought it was her. Let's see here. Anybody else got anything they want to teach on while we're waiting for her to hop in? Come on, we've all been here for a long time. How's everybody doing with P84? Any great testimonials?
I have some.
I love this product. I was just going to say, I literally realized that my gut has always been a problem in my life. And the fact that 2 weeks, I actually within the first few days, like dreaming and everything else, but it's like a month in. And I love our pre-bio and our pro-bio, and I got off of it because I didn't want to take them both. I wanted to start right with this new product. And I didn't expect the change. And it's just, I love this product. Who else? Go ahead, Melissa, while we're waiting for her to come in.
Yeah,
this P84 is changing my life. I mean, I knew that I've always had problems because if you know my health story, I was on a lot of medications for a long time, and it got better with Protandim and the probiotic, and then it got better with collagen, and I thought, oh, I'm doing so much better. And adding this, I mean, I haven't lost weight, but everyone would say that I have because my stomach is just so much flatter. It is shocking. And everyone, the thing that I love is everyone that has started it so far is in love with it. And that to me is really exciting. I just heard from a customer that said that within the first week, she noticed she wasn't biting her lip anymore. I guess that was like a nervous twitch or something. And she said, I just noticed that I'm not biting my lip anymore. And I thought that was really exciting. I saw Dr. Tamia log on. Did she come in?
Yep,
Here.
she's here. Yeah, she's
Yay.
here and we can see her.
You know what? I had to restart. I had to restart my whole computer. All of a sudden, I see this colorful little ball going around, and I figured that maybe it froze or something. I've been on Zooms all day today, and so that's probably what happened. But hello, I'm glad to be here. Hi, everybody.
Love those glasses, darling. I gave your bio before you while you weren't on here.
I
Um,
was on. I heard you. I heard you. I
Good.
just couldn't say anything.
So
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you. I got blessed this weekend to meet your team, 160 people on a call or 170. I can't remember what the number was, but for 2 hours. For 2 hours. We're not going to do that here. But I'm telling you, you are so on fire, so inspired, and I am so grateful to you know, be your sister and be in the company of your powerful voice. So take it over. And I think everybody would love to hear your story with Love Biome and your success here today.
Oh, well, let me ask you a question before I get started. How compliant do I have to be? Let me see. Look,
You do.
Jerry's like none, 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 none. I mean, and so anyway, first and foremost, let me just say to you, Michelle, thank you so much for trusting me, really, to actually sit before your team and your amazing group of colleagues here. It's not easy to do that, but I believe that you and we're just sold out. On Life Vantage, and we're pretty much cut from the same cloth. We really really are. I don't know what it is about Michelle, but I just love Michelle. I just do. She's just an amazing person, so willing to share and so willing to pour her knowledge into other people. And that says a lot about who she is as a person. And I'm sure you all know that. And she's also no nonsense. I noticed that with her, especially today. She's like, nah, you don't ask, you tell. I'm like, oh, I can literally hear her saying that in my head. And so thank you, Michelle. You're just you really, really are awesome. Anyways, I'm just gonna tell you like it is. I've been in this industry, for those of you who may not know, I've been in the industry of network marketing now for it's gonna be 33 years come January the 1st. And the reason why I remember that also well is because of my son. I never shared, I haven't had the opportunity to share the story of my son in detail anyway, since I've been with Life Vantage. Today is my 24th day with Life Vantage. Well, anyway, I started in this industry because of my son. I was a school teacher at the time. I was teaching school in Brooklyn, New York, eighth grade. I was teaching school for 9 years. And so born and raised in South Carolina. Yeah, Michelle, I see you. She's slapping her hand. Michelle J. Born and raised in South Carolina, and then coming to New York to teach school. Anyway, help me somebody. When I was going to school in South Carolina and you misbehaved, the teacher would give you the right hand. And I don't mean the right hand of fellowship either. I'm talking about the other one, right? But in New York, teaching those eighth graders here in Brooklyn, no, not here, I'm in Long Island, but Brooklyn, New York, it was really, really trying. And so you got to be careful what you ask for. Because I said, Lord, I got to get out of this job. I don't care how you get me out, but I got to get out of this job because otherwise somebody's going to probably arrest me. Because I got tired of those children talking back and being disrespectful and just so much. And so when I gave birth to my second child, Damien Jr., which I waited to have. I waited to get pregnant with him 4 years. I wanted to have my children 4 years apart because I figured when one would be in high school, the other one would be in junior high. And then when one go to college, the other would be in high school. So I wouldn't have to pay double tuition at the same time. I had it all planned out. But when I gave birth to Damien, he lost oxygen at birth, which is something that we had never experienced. My grandmother had 11 children. Her mother had 11. Every child was born in the house, me included. No problems. No problems at all. Those women just had those babies, no epidurals and no, you just had those babies. And so I figured that would never, ever happen to me, but it did. And so I was told that my son would probably never walk, that he would probably never talk, he'd probably never go to the bathroom, that he would be dependent on his family for the rest of his life. Just get used to it. They said, at least he's alive. He made it. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't sign up for this. I really didn't sign up for this. I mean, like, how much more am I going to have to take? This is what I'm thinking in my head. And during that time, I had all kinds of thoughts that I care not to remember, but they're still there. Thoughts of just ending it. I was just tired. And so I knew early into taking care of my son, that I was not going to continue to teach school. I was going to have to retire from my job. And I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to survive financially. 'Cause at the time, my husband then was going into the police department, but you know how it is when you are a rookie. It takes time. And so I decided at that time that I was going to leave my job and do something from home. And that's how I got started in this industry of multi-level marketing through my son, not knowing that all that has happened since then would happen as a result of what I once looked at as a setback. For me, it felt like a setback, but it really wasn't. It was a setup. As I look back over my life, it really was a setup. Because even though Damien was in diapers until he was 11 years old, even though now, thank God, because of this right here, oh my goodness, where is it? This right here, this NRF2, not NRF1. Just wait till I tell you the story. Let me just tell you. So anyways, Damien now, as I said, I left my job as a school teacher and I started working from home. And my first business was Mary Kay Cosmetics. And I was just doing a little bit here, a little bit there to generate some income. And it was only just so that I could be at home. And then after being at home and after seeing the income that I could actually generate, I started to like it a little bit. And then I started to like it a little bit more. And then I really fell in love with it. And that's why I've been in this industry for as long as I've been in this industry. But my son, of course, there were some challenges and things of that nature, but I'm going to fast forward. And so then on that journey, I gained some weight. I was a cheerleader all the way through college. I mean, very athletic. But then I put on 158 pounds doing it the New York way. I started eating the way the New Yorkers ate. Every corner there was a pizzeria. Every corner there was Chinese food. There was fast food everywhere. I didn't have a fast food restaurant when I grew up in South Carolina. Nowhere. Whatever my grandmother cooked, that's what you ate. If you didn't want to eat it, she'd say, leave it, somebody else will. And it wasn't, I'm making this for you, I'm making this for you. One meal, that's it. And so we were healthy. And then I came to New York City, like I said, and I changed all of that. Then on top of that, I started having knee pain, back pain. Michelle, I went from a size 0 to, and I'll show you some before pictures here in a moment, to a size 22. I was borderline diabetic, borderline high blood pressure. And then something else happened. I came down with breast cancer in my left breast. Had no idea that I had cancer because I was pregnant twice. I miscarried both of those children, but I was pregnant twice on my own, one in 49 years old, and then again at 51 years old on my own. And so don't feel sorry for me. Please don't feel sorry for me. My baby girl is 24 years old. Don't feel sorry for me. It's all right, Lord. It's all right. And so now with breast cancer. And so I started looking for things that I could do. And it was shocking to me because I was with the company for 18 years and we sold ionizers. It made this alkaline ionized water. And I was told that no disease can live in an alkaline ionized environment. And so how is it that I was diagnosed with cancer? And then people all around me started getting diagnosed with cancer. And some of them, they lost their lives, they died. And so I started looking for things. And I remember Valencia Pompeo, who was my sponsor, she and I was having a conversation, and she said to me, because I was never offered this opportunity. I invited myself. And I want to tell you how that happened. She said to me, oh, I got to go. I got to get on this Zoom. And I said, you got to get on the Zoom. Well, where you got to go? We're not finished talking. She says, I'm doing, I said, what kind of Zoom? She said, oh, it's just about this gut thing. And I said, well, send me the link. I might be interested. And that's how I came to know about Love Biome. She never offered me the business opportunity. I just said, send me the link. It might be something I'd be interested in. And I got on, I listened, and I was interested in the product, but I wasn't interested in the opportunity. Because the opportunity, in my opinion, was just not, it wasn't enough money. Because when I would sell a machine, I would make sometimes up to $3,000 per sale. But here's the thing, I was gonna have to do it again and again and again to make that money again and again and again. And so I didn't really understand the power of residual income. I never really experienced it when I was doing Mary Kay, because when I sell somebody a lipstick, they didn't need another lipstick the following month. If I sold somebody a blush, they had to blush probably for 5 years. They didn't need another blush. And so I never really experienced the power of consumable products and people taking it over and over and over again and buying it over and over and over again. And so when I first saw it, I didn't buy into it. So I didn't really want to do the business. But then she did call me and invited me to go to the convention when they were having this big convention for Love Biome. Initially, it was Go Love Life. And then somebody was upset because they didn't like the name, because they felt that Love Biome, Go Love Life at the time, was using their name. So we had to change it from Go Love Life to Love Biome, which we had to get used to that. People still saying Love Biome, and it's like, oh gosh, it was just horrible. But but nonetheless, so here we were now at this convention, and I decided to go. But I had no intention of signing up. I was just going to keep doing what I was doing. I was not going to sign up. But because the tickets was free, they said they were going to take us out to eat. They said the hotel was free. We're going to take us to a show. I told my husband, pack your bags. We're going to Vegas, but we're not doing anything. I'm not getting involved. And that's exactly what we did. We went and we sat there. But then people started talking about what the products were doing for them. And they started really, I mean, there were some people that were crying. They were so emotional. And I began to lean in. And as I did that, I got more and more curious, and I started getting excited. And I said, oh my gosh, I'm starting to like this now. And I told my husband, I think we're going to have to do this business, right? And then we met with Kelly Olsen and Sean Whitney. And I remember during that lunch that we had together, I asked them some very serious questions because it was important to me. Because being in this industry for soon to be 33 years full time, I've seen a lot of things. I've been in a few companies, but I've seen a lot of things. And one of the things that was important to me is that my team was going to make money too. That it wasn't something where there's only a few at the top were going to make money. A few were only going to make it over there. I needed to know that we all can get there. You know, is that possible? And I also needed to know if they could match my income and how long would it take to match my income. And they told me it's going to take a while because my highest income in that other company, I was making well over $100,000 a month, easily. And you're talking about a little girl that grew up in South Carolina that used to work in the cucumber field and picking cucumbers. And my grandmother, we could not stay at home and do nothing. So whatever there was work to do, she'd put us out there and we'd get it done. And so there I was now in this company, Love Biome, with this little bit of money initially. And so it was hard. I called Valencia. I said, Valencia, what am I supposed to do with $16? This is not going to work. It's not going to work. She said, I'm telling you, stick with it. You're going to get there. Stick with it. And so because I believed what she said, I did. And I'm glad that I did. Because in about 6 weeks, I went to the top position in the company. And I went there so fast that I didn't really have time to really educate and really teach and really train. That's why I tell people, take your time. Take your time. And when you get there, not only would you have gotten there, but the people that you bring with you, they'll be well equipped to go and do what they need to do to be successful as well. And so it's not, it's not, we used to think in this industry it's race. You got to get there, got to get there. You got to create a story for other folks to follow. And I just don't buy into that anymore. I just don't. I believe that, step by step, And when you get there, when you get there, you would have gotten there, and you'll have people with you that know exactly what they need to do to continue to maintain and to even excel even higher. And so there I was, got on these products, started using these products, and things started to happen. The first thing I noticed is that I started to sleep through the night using Love Biome products. I started to sleep through the night. I was on Ambien for years, a prescribed medication to put me to sleep at night. I couldn't sleep because I was having panic attacks, severe panic attacks, sometimes two, three in one night. I felt like I was going to die. My husband would take me to the hospital, only to find out that it was stress bottled up on the inside of my body. Didn't know anything about Protandim. Somebody brought it by a water store. I had it in my store for about 3 years, 2 or 3 years, and I never looked at the bottle. She just knew that I had breast cancer. She brought it by and said, Dr. Tamia, I think this might help you. And I said, yeah. She said, can I leave it here? Yeah, leave it there. I would dust it off every now and then, but I never looked at it. And it was in my face the whole time. That's crazy to me when I think about it. In addition to that, I was constipated. I went from going to the bathroom one time a week, 2 times a week. If I was lucky, 4 times a week. But I thought that it was normal for me. I thought that I was doing better than many of my friends because I had friends that were going once a month. That may sound crazy to some of you, but some people do go once a month. And every time she would go, she'd call me and tell me. And I said, you don't have to call me and tell me every time you go. Please don't call me and tell me every time you go. But that was what was happening with some of them. In addition to that, I was on antidepressants off and on for 30 years. 30 years off and on antidepressants. And I'm no longer on those antidepressants. The knee pain went, the back pain went. And in addition to that, 103 pounds went. I had been on every diet under the sun. I had the balloon put inside of my stomach. $10,000 surgery. They had this balloon. They put it inside of my stomach. They filled it with saline solution. And I lost a lot of weight. But the minute they took the balloon out, 6 months later, every pound that I lost, it was like it was at the door waiting to come back in. It all came back, and it came back with friends and family members. And it's like everybody came along with it. And I mean, I tell you, I gained so much weight. But when I started taking the Love Biome products, my gut got it back into a state, we call it rebiosis, where the bacteria balanced out again. And without even thinking about it, 30 pounds was gone. And when they introduced what you all refer to as your GLP-1, or we refer to as, I'm LifeVantage now too, as the mind-body system, GLP-1 system, I'm telling you, that W, the Phytopower W, which we're not bringing over here, along with the Phytopower T, which is the fat burner that we have here, and the sugar blocker, which is the MB core, pretty much, to suppress the appetite, etc. Let me tell you something. The rest of it came off. The rest of it came off. I'm talking about 73 more pounds. And so that size 22 went back down to a size 6, size 8. In addition to that, the knee pain went, the back pain went. My dress size, of course, I said it went down. My waist went up to 44 inches. It's now went down to 28 inches. And so let me get this picture so I can show y'all. So some of y'all may be surprised to see what I used to be. And where is it at here? Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, there we go. So let me close this out. All right, it's just coming up, and I'm going to share my slide as soon as I get this up here. Yeah, there I go. All right, so open up. All right, there we go. And I know this call is ending soon, so let me and Michelle, I owe you one. There we go. Share.
Keep going.
Okay. And so there I am. There I am. Yep. And before I took care of my gut, this is everything there. Yep. I didn't want to take that picture. Some friends had come out from Brooklyn to bring me a birthday cake and celebrate my birthday. And I just didn't want to take that picture. And in that picture right there, my left breast, I had breast cancer multiplying. Menopause was like, I felt like it was trying to take me out. But afterwards, this is what happened. And it wasn't the product, I want to say, it wasn't the product that is the reason. Well, it wasn't the product that got me off of the antidepressants, or I should say cured my body. It wasn't that. My body was able to fix itself because I gave it something that it understood. I'm a believer, and hopefully this doesn't offend anybody. But I believe we come from the earth. I do. If you were to compare the human body to dirt, believe it or not, we have more in common than not. And I believe because we came from the earth, I really believe that whatever comes from the earth identifies with earth. And so when I put the plants from the Love Biome inventory on the inside of my body only responded to what it recognized. And as a result, it's like I got my life back. I got my life back. I have never been more happier. Um, I'm telling you, it's just refreshing. It really is refreshing to be able to be me again. And so that's what excites me about the program and what it still excites me. And now with having incorporated the protandim, the liquid collagen, okay, as well as of course continuing to take the GLP, not GLP, the P84, and then now I'm also using the shampoo and the serum, and I'm using the skincare. Oh my gosh, the skincare, okay, all of it. I use all of it. I mean, it is just the results that I'm getting is blowing my mind every single day. And so we're excited. We're really excited to be here with LifeVantage. We're excited because the opportunity is the one. If you are a seasoned network marketer, then you know that this is the one that we've all dreamed of. I know for me, I dreamed of it. A company that was publicly traded, a company that was debt free, a company that shared the wealth, didn't change the compensation plan in the middle of everything, where you're making X amount of dollars in one month and the next month that's cut in half or even half of half. Okay. And so when I went to meet with Sean as well as Kelly Olson and Cody Day at the time, along with Valencia Pomfil and another one of our colleagues, Makasi Anika. When we went there, we had to, of course, sign a document saying we wouldn't share this information with anybody. I knew because of Kelly Olson and because of Sean Whitney that I was in. I didn't know what it was, but I just said, I'm in. Just count me in. And of course, because they had been through a merge before and it wasn't, it was painful. They had, opposition, but I was all in. And when we met with Tyler Daniels, as well as Brandon Cunningham and the rest of the LifeVantage staff, with Kristen and Julie and so forth and so on, I mean, I got even more excited because I know that the potential here is real. We were selling P84 so fast within Love Biome. We were selling it so fast that we couldn't. It was leaving the shelf so fast until we were out of it. We were out of it. People had to wait for the P84. They couldn't get it because we didn't have it to give to them. And so I always kept 100 sets on hand. And so my team were okay for about a week. And then after that, we had to wait until we got more. And then the last time it was really bad because it was almost 3 months of waiting. Imagine you're selling something and you don't have it to sell. And that's when Kelly and Sean knew they had to do something. And that's when they had that conversation with LifeVantage. And I'm glad that they did because it was that marriage. That's the reason why we're here today, because they needed to scale. And because of that, we don't have to worry about it anymore. And so now we're feeling like we're going to do very, very well. We're doing good now. It was not easy. The merge was not easy. And there's still things that we're working out now. A lot of those individuals that was on subscription, those subscriptions didn't come over yet. And so we're waiting, but it's all going to work itself out. It all takes time. But I'm just glad to be here, glad to be with all of you, and glad to have these amazing products now that I understand. And get this, Michelle, the lady that put the product in my store, she says to me, well, how are you going to sign up with somebody else? And I had the product in your store. I said, you never told me about it. You put it in the store, but you never told me about it. Had you told me about it, I would be welcoming the Love Biome distributors to LifeVantage because I would have already been in LifeVantage. You see? I mean, so I'm excited about where we are, and I'm even more excited about where we're going. And so, Michelle, I don't know if anybody may have a question or anything of the sort, but yeah, that's
Let's
my
open it up.
story. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I'm telling you. And by the way, my son Damien, let me just tell you this: that gonna be 33 come January the 1st. I was told to put my son on NRF on the Pro Tandem NRF 1. When I tell you what we're seeing with my son, now this may not be a big deal to you, but there was a time when we got excited when Damien would get in the car and shut the door because he was putting it together. But we're starting to see something in him that's literally blowing us all away. It's blowing us away. We were out, and my daughter, my 24-year-old, she got emotional about something. And literally, she got emotional. And Damien was sitting across the table from her, and he made eye contact with her. And he got up out of his seat, and he walked around and looked at her in her face and gave her a hug. He patted her on her back. He gave her a hug. And he wouldn't leave until, you all right? You all right? Let me tell you something. That has never, ever, ever happened. In addition to that, let me tell you what else he did. He went, my son, because after he eats, he knows he takes his bowl and he put it in the sink. He went to, we have this garbage can, Michelle, in the kitchen. Or you have to open the cabinet and you pull it out in the garbage, you put whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. He went, he opened the door, he pulled it out, he put his plate or whatever, the paper plate inside, pushed it down, and then he pushed it back and he closed the door. We're all sitting there like, did that just happen just now? Did that just happen just now? What we're seeing with him now, we were driving home together, he and I, coming from where my daughters had this get together and whatnot. So we were driving home in the car. He's sitting in the front seat, and I said to him, I said, Damien, I said, do you want to drive? Because I'm like, where's his head at? Because this is not the same person that I knew a couple of months ago. I said, you want to drive? He said, no. And he started laughing like, I can't do that right now. Like he was putting it all together, right? And then I said to him, I said, Damien, because he has his niece and he has his 2 nephews, but never a girlfriend, never, it was never in a position to say, Mommy, I don't want to wear that today. Whatever we put out for him to wear, never complain. We go to the store, whatever sneakers we buy or whatever shoes we buy, never complain. We never knew if they were too tight, if they were too big. We never knew. We had to feel to see. If ever there was pain, it was only when it got so bad where perhaps we had a urinary tract infection so bad that he was urinating blood. And we didn't know because we didn't know because he couldn't tell us. But that has changed. And so imagine, I said to Damien, I said, do you think one day that you'll ever get married and you'll ever have, I said, get married. And he sat there and he was looking out the window, just looking out the window. I could tell he was thinking about it. And then I said, well, what about having children? You think maybe one day you'll have children? And I knew that was a touchy subject for him because I saw a tear come from his eye. But the fact that he could bring it all together, to me it's just huge. And so I don't know what's going to happen a month from now. I don't know what's going to happen 6 months from now. But all I know is I will be watching and I will be telling everybody what's going on with Damien Vincent Colon. Because they said that he would probably never walk. They said he would never talk. He would never feed himself. He'll never go to the bathroom. And I used to be so, for him, more so than even for myself. I got tired of having to explain why he was crawling or why I was in the bathroom with a boy that was my height. Because he was in diapers. And I could not, I was just tired of explaining it. So whenever I would have to go, and never even go to the bathroom on himself, I would just leave and go home, take care of him, and then go back and try to do whatever I was doing all over again. I've left carts of groceries because I didn't want him to be embarrassed, and I didn't want to be embarrassed either. But that is now a thing of the past. a thing of the past. My aunt said she heard him yesterday, this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, because usually he wouldn't get up and go to the bathroom. You have to wake him up to go to the bathroom. He got up 5 o'clock this morning to go to the bathroom. For us, that's huge. That's huge. And so it's all coming together. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen, but I am up for the ride. I'm up for the ride. And I'm kind of glad right now. He said he doesn't want a wife. Or he looked out the window and he thought about it, because we're not there yet, Damien. We're not there yet. No wife. Not yet. Not yet, right? Because I'm still taking care of him. And so to bring somebody else in, help me somebody. But nonetheless, I'm just telling you, I'm just so happy that I know what I know, and I know it in this time. Because this could have still been kept a world's best kept secret, because I just didn't know what I didn't know. And now I'm telling everybody. And that's the reason why, too, Michelle, why I had to go to that other company. Because I thought I could still, do the water on the side and talk about these amazing products. But I got so bold with the products until I started talking about it on social media. And somebody went and reported me. You all know how that goes. And they called me in and they said, well, you gotta make up your mind. You're gonna either do this or you're gonna do the water. I said, well, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna not do this. I cannot not do this. How could I not do this? But what it's doing for people. And I gave that business to my daughters. And here I am today. All in, all in. This is my last stop. That's it. Yeah. So
Tamia, we are so lucky to have you. I just want to say, the moment I met you, your heart is so huge. I'm always crying when I'm around you. You bring out all of the emotions and all of the stories. To hear about your son, your story is our story. And I just want to say, the thing, when I first met you, it was like, this is like Life Vantage was in the beginning. Everybody remember, like, there were miracle stories. Everybody was just sharing their heart and 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 stories, and the fact that you are here with your huge heart, and more than anything else, that you brought so much belief, so much passion, your whole company, all of the leaders, just this passion and belief, and these stories and commitment to changing life. I don't know what to say, but you have changed Life Vantage forever, and truly are the reason that we will get to 1 billion. And I'm so grateful for you. And I'm going to open it up to any questions, but I just want to say how
thank
much I adore
you
you and how powerful.
guys too. Thank you so much.
Go ahead,
Oh,
Michelle.
I see Michelle
was
J.
I was cheering because I'm a special ed teacher. And when you said you were a
Oh,
teacher, so I've been a special education teacher for 29 years. So both your story of being a teacher, but your story of your son just really touched my heart. So thank
oh.
you for sharing.
So that's was one of the reasons, Michelle, that I moved to Long Island, because in where I was in on one side of town, the special education students were outside in like a little trailer, and they were often made fun of, and I didn't want that for my son. So he ended up going to James E. Allen, where the entire school is for special children. And so that's one of the reasons why I ended up where I am here in Long Island. It's for him. But they did an amazing job with him. But imagine what will happen to all of those children when their parents know that something this powerful is out there. Because so many of them end up in situations that's not healthy. I had two of my aunts that they're still both with me. They work with for years. They work with men that had special ailment. They were special men. I put it to you like that. And some of the things that happen in some of the facilities is not good. And so I just decided I'm just gonna stay home, take care of my son, and make enough money to hire somebody to help me with that. And so I take my hat off to you, because it takes a special person to do what you do. It's not easy. It's not.
Mm,
And we need more of you. Yeah. So yeah.
thank you.
I wanted to show y'all one more picture. That's what I was looking for here.
Good. And
Imagine,
Tamia,
Michelle, imagine that was me.
oh my gosh,
Oh
Tamia.
yeah. Look at the lashes, man. Come on now. You got to give me credit for that. But but
Love
yeah,
those last.
sitting in my water store.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, no way.
Yeah. Full of inflammation. Full of inflammation. And then afterwards, you couldn't tell me nothing. Yep. After I got myself together, there I was. Yeah, so just wanted to share that last picture with y'all.
Does anyone else have a question? Unmute and speak up. I see a
I'm
lot
on, but I can't bite you through the computer, I promise.
She just give you a big old hug, so come on, bring it on.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a
Well,
question.
go ahead. Good, Melissa.
So I'm really curious. I love to hear the business side of how people grow their team. So I know that you have been with Love Biome for a while. What did you do? Did you guys do in-person gatherings? Did you do Zoom events? Is it social media? Like, how did you coach your team to really focus in building your business?
Well, first and foremost, Michelle, I have a low tolerance for cross recruiting, for promoting other businesses, and especially within anything that I'm doing. And everybody who knows me, they know that's how I am. I don't play with that. If you want to get underneath my skin, then that's how you can do it. And so here's the thing: when I'm in, I'm all in. I train my team every Tuesday, every Thursday. They know where I am at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday and Thursday. I do Zooms Monday and Wednesday. I do pop-up Zooms during the week. I train other individuals to also do Zooms. I have right now in my organization 6 presenters. So I'm not doing it by myself. I know that everybody's not going to be able to relate to just me, but they can relate to an Alkaline Pastor John. They can relate to a Dr. James Henderson, a Lori Bolton, a Gwen McLeod. They can relate to these individuals. And so people create their own tribe within within the team. And so we were having, believe it or not, before we left Love Biome to come to LifeVantage, my team was having over 100 Zooms, Zoom, including training and presentations per month. Over a
Wow.
100 per month. I kid you not. And so when you stay connected, okay, to the outlet, right? When you stay connected, when they all stay in the groove of things, people grow. And they learn the culture and they grow. And so I teach that you shouldn't, if you're not going to be responsible for a person, then you should not sponsor that person. Leave them to be sponsored by somebody else that's going to work with them. And I encourage them to keep that person in their back pocket for 30 days. You can, in the first 30 days, you can show them. Okay, then you start to point in the direction of where the information is. But by 30 days, if they stick with you, they're going to be all right. We work with time pictures. Time pictures are very, very important because folks need to see just how much time they're wasting. A time picture, I don't know if I have one. I may have one in here, but a time picture is very important because what I tell people to do, you want to put in your God time first. For example, like first of all, when are you going to start? What time are you going to start your day? And then what you want to do is you want to put in there. I'm trying to find one here. I have one here for you. You put in your start. Well, I'm going to start at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to go to the gym, whatever. You put all your God time in there first. All things spiritual. After that, you put in your here it goes. It's the time picture. No, that's not time picture. Your time picture in there, and here. Okay, there. All right, perfect. All right, so let me share this. Share this with you right now. I use this. Where are you? Okay, there you go. So this is a time picture here. And so you put in all your whatever you got it's when you're gonna start, when you're gonna stop, the day you're gonna take off, if you're gonna take off any day at all, or the days you're gonna take off, or the days you can't work. Your business. You put in all things spiritual first. After that, the next thing you're gonna put in there is family, all things family. Then I have them look and see exactly how much time they have left. Most people have, believe it or not, an extra 12, even if they're working a job, they have an extra 12 to 15, some 20 hours extra a week. If they would take that time and put it into their business, even 5 hours a week, their businesses will explode. They will explode. Some folks spend a lot of time on Zooms without bringing guests. They spend a lot of time just showing up. They're spectators to see who's there, etc. And they're not growing. And so we want to teach folks to make every hour or the time that they have to make it count. And so this is important. The next thing I want to find out from them is if they want to do this business part-time, full-time, sometime, anytime. We know sometime, anytime is not going to get you anywhere. But part-time, full-time. Part-time meaning anywhere from 10 to 15 hours a week, 20, some part-time can do 22, or anything 30 or over hours a week. And then we strategize. So what do you want? Some folks say they want money, but it's not the money, it's what they want. I have a sheet that I use, and Michelle, I can send it over to you, where I grab a certain amount of people every month that got my attention based on what they're doing. And I have this little sheet, and Michelle, I can send it over to you.
Good.
And I set up a time to meet with them, and we meet for about 20 to 30 minutes. And I ask them, what do you really want? And oh, I want this. And I dig until I get to the root of what it is they really want. And most people, I just want more time. I just want to pay off my house. My house is in jeopardy of being foreclosed on, etc. And then after I find out what they want, I ask them this question: how much money will it take per month to help you get what it is that you want? And they tell me. And then I say to them, well, what is it going to cost you if you don't get this money? What is it going to cost you if you don't do this? And they feel the pain and they tell me what it's going to cost them. Some people cry. Okay. And then if it's a health related, regarding to your health, what monthly subscription, things of that nature, then I go down to, will you complete small daily tasks to help you get there? If I put together small daily tasks, will you do it? Yes. And I tell them, I'm committed to you. Are you committed to yourself? Yes. Okay. And then before it's all said and done, tell me about your team. If a person is in this case, an MC1, and they can't tell me about their team, then something's wrong with that. You should be able to tell me who the players are. You should be able to tell me what they want. You should be able to tell me what it is that is going to cost them if they don't get it. I mean, these things are so important. So that's just building the culture. And I know I'm saying a lot in a short period of time, but I really want you to understand this is it's work, but it's worth it. Because when you build that solid foundation, I'm telling you, the rest of it is smooth sailing. And then what I also do is I have them download the income disclosure, and we go by the median because that's compliant. But I also show them how to that they can start working towards capturing that financial goal. And so, Michelle, I'm going to share this with you, but I've got one more thing I'm going to share. Give me 1 second here, as soon as I get to it. And I love this. I put this little thing together, and it works when I meet with with everybody individually. I just love this, and I believe that you guys appreciate it too. Let me grab it here. 1 second here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
We are so grateful.
I'm so grateful that you are grateful and that y'all allow me to talk, because I could talk all night. If y'all stay here with me, I'll stay here and I'll talk. And so let me share here. This right here is an eye opener. This is an eye opener. So take a look. And so, and I take the Pro Tandem, and I learned yesterday, Michelle, when you went, what's it, Saturday, when you were talking, that my numbers are off a bit. But if based on a person getting just 20%, now let's say 30%, right? Haven't gone to 25% rather, haven't gone to Onyx, okay, get an extra 5%, or Emerald 10%. The number, this is like somewhat in the middle. And so one bottle of Pro Tandem, if I retail it to somebody for, let's say, $67, then I'm going to make 30% of that would be $20.10. And so, and they tell me, well, Dr. Tamia, I just want to make an extra $5,000 a month. And so while we're working on the other goal, let's put this in motion as well. And so that means that you would need to retail 250 bottles of Pro Tandem on a monthly basis in order for you to get that $5,000 a month. And so you may not do that in 1 month, and that's okay. How soon do you want to get that 250 customers? How soon? Do you want to get it in 6 months? Do you want to get it in a year? Do you want to get it in 2 years? Do you want to get it in 5 years? And here's the thing, and I share this scenario all the time. A person will take out a 30-year mortgage. They will pay a mortgage every month for 30 years, but won't put in place a plan every month, okay, that will yield you huge rewards at the end of that 30 years. And so when they see this, it's like, whoa, are you kidding me? And that's not even talking about the P84. That's not even talking about the hair care and the eye care, etc. That's only Protandim. It's not even talking about the synergizers. We're talking about one Protandim. Okay. And so when they see this, it's like, whoa. And so I had somebody say, well, I want to make X amount of dollars. Okay. Well, let's break it down. Let's take that if you want to do it in 5 years, okay. Let's take that 250. First of all, there's 12 months in a year. Take that, times it by 5 years, okay, and then divide 250 into it. So how much is that per month, every month over the next 5 years? And at the end of that, you're making, just in customers alone, $5,000 a month. And so from the meeting, we decide here, and then we start doing it. And because I now know what you want, I now know when you want it. Okay, and I have to write the name down, the date, the time, etc. Let me show you, and that's why, Michelle, I know you love Marissa Peer. Let me show you, okay, exactly what's possible. I'll help you with the mind stuff. That's where my psychology comes in at, right? Psychology comes in at. But at the same time, there's some stuff for you to do. And we start working on it together. And that's the reason why I tell folks, if you're not willing to teach people, if you're not willing to sow into their lives, then let somebody else sponsor them. Leave them alone. So I hope that helped. I went all the way around the kitchen and back, but I hope that
It
helped.
did. Thank you. I'm very
You're welcome,
impressed
Melissa.
by 100 Zooms a month. That's huge.
And some people said, oh, we're zoomed out. I said, speak for yourself. Speak for yourself. We are not zoomed out. And it's not me doing them. It's not me doing them. And so it's because I've trained other people to do it. I saw it in them and I said, come on, let's go. And the more people you have out there presenting the information, the faster you're going to grow. That's been my experience. I don't know what's going to happen here at Life Answers, but I believe that it will be okay. And so as we're learning the products, we're getting more and more long-winded. But my presentations, I mean, I'm done in 30 minutes. I just talk about the main activators. That's all I talk about, and I tell them that there is an opportunity if they're interested. I'd love to share it with them, and that's it. I'm done. Yeah. So,
I want to just sit at your feet.
oh, I want to sit. I want to sit at yours. Why don't we just sit on the floor together and just share
We'll do
notes?
it together.
So
I
much
mean,
from you.
thank you. You are, you're such a master, and your experience is a gift. And thank you for sharing it with each of us. And I know each of us want to be a part of your life. I want to be on your calls. I want to learn everything you're teaching your team, because teaching us this will get this. We'll double your effort. So thank you for pouring your heart.
I would have no issue at all. I would love that.
Okay.
I just love it. I
Does
love it.
anybody else want to be on her team calls?
Absolutely.
I'm in.
But I'll
Please
send
adopt me.
Michelle. I'll send every Tuesday and every Thursday. I have every Tuesday and every Thursday at 3 o'clock, like clockwork. I'm doing one tomorrow.
Okay, I'm going to get this schedule. I'm going to send it
You
out to
got it.
everybody. I'm so grateful because I know learning from you, my whole life will change. And I had Tyler Daniels as a mentor, and he changed my life. But
I love him.
thank you. I know well, you are him. You're masters. You've put in the time and the years, and you've got the experience, but more importantly, you have the heart and the kindness and the generosity that makes an incredible leader. So pouring it into us, I just want to say thank you because
You're
I know
so
we'll all
welcome.
be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
Thank
know.
you, and thank you all.
And no one left this call, just so you know.
Aw.
You could talk
Aw.
forever, and I think we'd all stay up all night. I'll get my PJs on. Let's go. Sleepover.
Ah,
You're coming to California.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Can't
All
wait.
right, honey. Thank you from all of us from
You're
the bottom of our
welcome.
heart.
And thank you all. And I send those things over to you. I send these over to you, Michelle.
Thank you, hon. Love you so
Okay.
much.
All right,
Appreciate
you're welcome. All right, everybody. Love you
it.
guys. I'll see you soon. Okay, now. Bye-bye.
Bye.